So I got a question. Should I be responsible for reinstalling a fence between me and my new neighbor's house? So, 5 years ago, I used to have a neighbor, real cool guy. We used to talk, hang out, cool neighbor. One day we was outside and he said he wanted to put up a fence. And I said, go ahead. We looked at our properties. I bought it, I bought it. I'm like, maybe right here. Cool. He built the fence. He got the material. He did it all himself. I just basically spectated. Great, right? Well, that neighbor moved. He moved, sold the house to this new lady. This new lady, we'll call her Karen. We'll call her Karen because she's Karen. He sold it to Karen. Now, Karen done introduced herself. She's a realtor. She has a job. She stays by herself. Cool lady. All right. Whatever. 2 weeks after Karen's moved in, it's a guy in my backyard. It's a guy walking around my backyard. So, like anyone who owns a home and somebody strangers in their backyard, I go out and speak to the guy. Like, hey, what's going on, man? He says, oh, don't mind me. Sorry to be on your property without your permission, but I'm a surveyor. Your neighbor paid for a survey. She just wants to know the correct property lines. I said, oh, okay. That's cool. Do your job. I ain't mad. Do your job. Yeah, you can survey it. I've been wondering myself where my property line starts and ends at. Cool, right? So he does his job. He leaves a couple hours later. Karen is knocking at my door. I said, hey, Karen. She said, hey. She said, oh, your fence is on my property. And I said, that's not my fence. Then she says, well, whose other fence it is on my property. My property actually goes to right here and yours ends here. So you're benefiting more from the fence than me. And I said, well, sorry about that. The fence been there since the last neighbor. The last neighbor built it. The guy that was in the house, he built the fence there. And yeah, sorry. She says, well, either you're going to have to move the fence or you're going to have to pay me a little bit something a month because, you're borrowing some of my property. Bullshit. No, Karen, I did not build this fence. It does suck that it's on some of your property, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. She said, either you take it down, pay me, or I'm going to sue you. You got it. You got it. I went out there and I ripped all that shit up. I just took it out of the ground. Now, if you ever took a fence out of the ground, it don't come out the ground easy. But it don't matter. I just ripped it all up. Cool. Fine. Problem solved. Now you got your property, I got my property. Couple days go by. Karen knock at the door again. Hi, Karen. So good to see you again. Hey. So I was coming over to see when the new fence would be up. What new fence? Well, you took the last fence down. When are you going to put up a new one? I'm not. Well, why not? I didn't put up the last fence. You're the one that told me to take this one down. It doesn't matter to me whether I have a fence or not. Well, I have a dog and I usually let him out whenever I go to work. But since there's no fence, I've had to leave him in the house while I'm at work. Okay, thank you. Well, he's been tearing up my house. And I can't have him tearing up my house because I don't have anybody to watch him. I need you to put another fence up. Tough shit. I didn't want to tear down the last one. I'm not going to build a new one because I didn't even build the last one. If you got a dog that needs to be in the fence, that's something you need to handle. Right? She then says, well, where's the other fence? You can put it back up or you can pay me for it. You can pay me for what you tore up. Remember, you didn't want anything to do with this fence. It was my responsibility to tear it down. You wanted me to tear it down. Don't act like you own it now. that it's going. Like, I owe you any, I don't owe you a damn thing. You didn't pay to put this up. You didn't pay me to take it down. That's on you. So she's leaving all upset, mad at me because I'm not going to put up a new fence. But I didn't care either way. I didn't care if the fence stayed there. I didn't care if it wasn't there. I don't need it. So is it my fault that all I did was follow her directions and take it down?